Hey, welcome back. This week's video is how to make a romantic Valentine's tart for your one true love. Let's get started. First, make the crust by adding the peanut butter and oil to a large bowl. Next, add the egg and mix. And then add water and mix again. Lastly, add the flour and wheat and mix until a dough forms. You can add more flour little by little if the dough is too sticky. And then press the dough into a greased and lined tart case. Poke holes with a fork. And then lay down some baking paper and baking weights. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit for about 8 to 10 minutes. Allow to cool and then add in some fillings that your beloved will like. I'm using some fancy tins of dog food that my doggo has never had because he's a horse and would need like 40 of these to feed him. And then I'm going to top that with some leftover mashed potato. And I don't have a video of making this because it's leftover, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Just cook some potatoes and then mash them. And then lastly, to make this a little bit fancy, I made some roses out of salami. To make these, take large circles of salami and cut them in half, and then layer these over each other to make sort of like a line of salami. And it's best to put the smaller ones on one end and the bigger ones to the other end, because that'll be like sort of the outside petals to the inside petals, and then just roll this up to form a rose. And when you get to like the last 3 outside ones, you can sort of move them with your hand and fold them over a bit if you want to make them look a bit more like a rose, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And just make sure you're using a salami that isn't spicy, because obviously your dog won't like that. And for the finishing touch, feel free to add some edible leaves like mint or basil. And that's it, just serve this up to your soulmate for a perfect Valentine's Day. Thanks for watching, and sorry this video wasn't actually up before Valentine's Day, but you don't need a special occasion to spoil your best friend. And on that note, obviously your dog's health is important, so make sure to make this the right size to suit your dog. If you had a tiny dog, this would be way too big. And just watch them while they eat, because I ended up breaking up the base for my dog so he didn't try to swallow the entire thing, because he absolutely would try that because he's a beautiful idiot. And lastly, don't include anything your dog can't eat. Like chocolate is the obvious one, but I'll leave a link to some like info on what dogs can and can't eat. Anyway, thanks for watching again. Hope you and your pets have a happy February.